Hey YouTube, here's Heiko, sitting in my truck. I just received something delivered by US Postal Service maybe. Another puzzle piece to my quad lock system. In a previous video I showed you that I have a new cell phone mount for my motorcycle made by quad lock, and which uses a kind of a four-prong locking mechanism kind of deal. And in order for that to work, you have to either have their proprietary case for your phone or put a universal adapter on the case that you have on your phone. And I always like a holistic approach. So when I use a quad lock on my motorcycle, I like to use the quad lock system elsewhere too. So in my daily driver, which is my Nissan truck. And so I just bought a couple bits and pieces. I'm going to show you those, and then we're going to look over how I'm going to put this on my dashboard in my truck here. Okay? All right, let me turn the camera around. All right, so here goes. This is my old mount, which has still been in use until just now. I just took it off my dash. Uses a suction cup. Those give way once in a while, so my phone, including the mount, falls to the floor. Then I have to pick it up again. And then this mounting mechanism here is kind of broken. It's supposed to be spring-loaded, but I guess this was made for a more old-fashioned, smaller phone. And then I started squeezing my large smartphone in there, and then one spring gave way, the other one. But phone still fits, so that's good. Now here are the puzzle pieces. This is off of Amazon, a 1-inch ball, like a ram mount ball, but it's not made by ram mount. I think it was made by, let me show you, iBolt. So it's one of those replica ball socket mount arm, new iBolt. 2-year limited warranty. Then this piece here, that will be the connection between this ball and the actual quad lock ball. This is actually made by Ram. At least it came in packaging that says Ram mount on it. Manufacturing in the United States. But I gotta say, this looks really horrible. The casting or the surface of this plastic looks like it already had a car accident. So not super happy. Was not really super expensive either. It was like $8 or $9. This was $8 or $9. And then this here is the actual quad lock part that I ordered. 1-inch ball adapter. So fits my phone perfectly. This is this mechanism, and I have the adapter for that on the back of my phone case. And then when you want to release it, you just push this down. So here my truck, you can see there's a little bit of a smudge from this suction cup. I picked the same location for this new ram mount slash quad lock system. Only problem that I see is the surface is not flat. It's kind of tipping. And I don't know if my mount here, when I just use adhesive, will actually stick to this really well, because it isn't flat. And this is not too forgiving, I would say. I could probably modify this. I have a belt sander and just sand it concave or convex, concave, convex. I don't know exactly, to make it fit a little better. I'm a little hesitant of that too. What do you guys think? But there is no other better spot. I mean, here and here. Maybe just right there. How about that? Or here maybe? This is also not flat. Right there? No. So I've no idea. Maybe right on the screen here, right in the middle. I've no idea what I'm going to do. No perfectly flat surface, and I do not want to put screws into my dashboard, to be honest. The adhesive can be removed. The screw holes, that's a different story. So what do you guys think? Let me think a second. All right, I flatten it out enough that it doesn't walk. Nah, there's still a little bit of a left to right wobble. I guess it's curved in 2 dimensions, this way and that way. So let's go back to the grinder. Yep, that's just about right. Another problem with those mounts is that when they get injection molded, I think this is injection molded, they don't fill in the backside. And when you put an adhesive on it like this, 3M mounting tape, it really only touches those little skinny little lines here and really doesn't make that much contact. So what I'm going to do is fill in all those voids with epoxy, and I'll show you. Piece of tape. It's going to be my mixing surface. And then put some gloves on. Don't want to have brake cleaner on my fingers. Only doing this to get any kind of, oh, actually, no, the plastic is resistant to acetone, I guess. I would have been surprised if it isn't. So color is really not a big deal. We're just going to use the Quickset JB Quick. I think it's going to be plenty strong enough. I think 3,127 psi. Setting time 6 minutes, cure time 4 to 6 hours. That's still pretty slow in my book, but that's the quickest we have. So we need to make quite a bit of that stuff because we have quite a few voids there. Oh my goodness. You kind of have to get it roughly right, or else it cures too fast or not at all. So then I use a wooden Q-tip. That's what I always use. There are probably better mixing sticks for this. When you have a lot, you can also use 2. They are dirt cheap. I have always a pack of 1,000 of those lying around. So just mixing until it's all nice and consistent, same color. Black and this white is supposed to be a gray. So, and since my vise is holding this here so nicely, you can get the big tools out. Just spread this in here. Can you see? Zoom in a little bit for you. Smear. Epoxy doesn't stick to silicone, at least not very well. These are silicone little squeegees for caulking. So now we can scrape this up and scrape it right in here. And then we have to massage it in a few different directions so we really get it into those grooves. We didn't even mix enough. That's amazing. Not enough. Okay, let's add a little bit. Gotta be quick. 5-6 minutes. It's pretty cold today. I don't know if this really has a effect on cure time of epoxy. A bit more mixing. And then, I hope I didn't lose it, but I brought a piece of parchment, or yeah, is that what it's called? Wax paper, parchment, from my wife's kitchen. Epoxy doesn't stick to that at all, or not very well. And mix. Good. Don't want to waste time. Grab the thing. Oh yeah. To get the perfect shape so it lines up with my dashboard, we're going to put a piece of parchment over here, over this thing. And then push it against my dash. Okay. Let's get you guys over there. All right, guys, here we go. So make sure that I'm not smearing any epoxy in my car. Parchment paper and kind of the orientation. I want to mount this on my dash. Give it a good push. Hold it a little bit so that the stuff can squeeze out. And then together with the parchment paper, we'll take it out. So now we just need to wait until it's hardened. Bench-wise, 5, 6, 7 minutes have to pass by. In the meantime, we can do the cleanup. Throw this away. Throw those away. It should, yeah, set time is 5-6 minutes. Curing 4 to 6 hours. I think I'm going to give it a good hour and a half or so before I even start playing with this. This here, you just leave it sit here until it's hard, and then you can break it off. Yeah, so give me a few hours. All right, guys and girls. Our little experiment with quick set epoxy has dried for a few hours. As you can see, this parchment paper peeled off by itself. I had to made a little bit of a mess out of it. So some squeezed out on the side, and then of course through the screw holes, some squeezed out. But let's grab a sharp knife. I hope it's sharp. And I mean, epoxy gets pretty hard, but it's still kind of a plasticky thing. So if we can, I bet I can even run this over my belt sander again to scratch off the Sand off the excess. So now, rubbing alcohol and back into the truck. Let's go. So, rubbing both surfaces with some isopropyl alcohol, 70%. That should do it. Take the grime and grease off. I'm definitely not gonna start sanding on my dashboard. Would be nice if I had 3 hands. So I applied this adhesive pad that came with this ball mount thing, rubbed the surface with some isopropyl alcohol, and now one-handed I'm going to try to peel this red backing tape. I had to literally get the tweezers out to get this red backing off of the mounting tape. So let's see which one is the prettier side. Okay, this is ugly, this is good. All right, towards the passenger. Higher or lower? Kind of in the middle, between the vent and the ABS line. All right, push, push, push. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Push. Okay, yeah, and now let's do a one-handed install of my ram mount here. And then this little thing here. It's the ram mount itself, the plastic is really ugly. I gotta say the quad log, all the surfaces are really great. The ball in here seems to be rubberized. So then with this little extension here, you can literally, I mean, you can mount this whatever way, further away from you, closer to you, angled, up, down, left, right. I mean, those ram mounts have been around for, yeah, decades, maybe, for motorcycle. You can even use those ram mounts to mount mirrors on your dirt bike. And then you can swing them out of the way when you're in the brush and swing them back out when you're back on the street. So, mounted it. I'm gonna have my phone hang off of it until this adhesive backing strip here has a little bit more time to also kind of adhere. You know, the contact to the surface kind of activates the glue. Not really activate the glue, but you know what I mean. It has some time to get acquainted with each other. So let me switch camera, and I'm going to show you what that looks like when a phone is hanging off of it. All right, so forgive the little less quality video. I'm using my backup device. So I wanted to show you the back of my phone. So this is a standard case that I bought when I got the phone. And then this quad log universal adapter has the same 3M adhesive backing than that the thing we just stuck onto my dashboard. And that stays on really well. And it, you know, adds a little bit of thickness. Then you constantly have this, this mount at the back. And then Quad Lock also makes this little ring here that you can lock into your phone. Let's see if I can do that. Hello, like this. So you have something to hold onto your phone with. I like that. So I have that usually in there when I'm not hanging my phone off of my motorcycle or my car. All right, now let's see. We're gonna stick this on here. You just have to hold it at a 45, kinda, and turn it. And then when you want to get it loose, you just push this blue tab. They make it in different colors, so if you want a red one or a black one or a silver one, I don't know how many colors they have, but check it out on Quad Lock's webpage. You turn it 45 and it comes off, and it's very, very sturdy. I mean, talking about motorcycle, right? I have this vintage 74. Come on now, 74. Oh, here we go. BMW, and I'm not afraid of going down some gravel roads with this thing, and this does not come off. And on my motorcycle, I have a vibration damper that Quad Lock makes in between the mounting surface and the mount going to the bike, so it swallows some of the engine vibration and whatnot. Here in this case, in a car, suspension, you know, my car doesn't rattle around like that. So I think you get used to sticking it on the more often you do that. It's you gotta just hit the perfect angle. And then with this ram mount, I can now literally, you know, swivel it around whatever angle I want. Here, my wife wants to look at my phone, or, you know, I want it out of the way. It's very stable, sturdy, time proven, and I like it. Call out to Quad Lock. They are not a sponsor, but I really like their products. So I have the full setup on my motorcycle. They also make USB chargers that can mount right behind here. They make wireless charging devices that can be part of this mount. So once you click your phone on here, it actually starts charging. I'm actually debating whether or not to buy that. It's not quite inexpensive. But yeah, overall, I like the idea. I don't like the quality of the ram mount extension here. And then the look of my Chinese copy thing here that I made is maybe not quite as pretty as it should be, but I absolutely do not care. I really just wanted it. And now it's there. And with my little epoxy modification, I'm pretty sure it's gonna stay on as well, without screws and bolts and nuts and washers. Good. Let's take that loose like that. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, let me give you the full. It's gotten dark already. It's only 5:30, but winter, you know. All right, there you go. There you have it, guys. Quad Lock in the car. Love it. Bye. Oh yeah, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up and maybe subscribing. Take care. Bye.